types of resistance bands. Here we can see the different types of resistance bands or power bands we have available. So we have those which are thick, those which are thin, those with handles, without handles. We have longer bands, shorter bands, and essentially the thicker the band, the more resistance will be required, or the more force will be required to overcome the resistance. Setting up the bands. So if we want to set up the bands on a smooth surface as shown here on a cable machine, you see that the PT will loop the band within itself and then pull it out to its full resistance. If you're setting up the band against more of a jagged edge surface like we see here in the squat rack, you might set up another apparatus first in the clip as shown, which can then the band can then go into, which will be safer and prevent ripping and tearing. Setting up multiple bands, you can see here we can set up a band within a band and we can create quite a longer length of resistance, or we could even set up multiple bands within that and have more of a Y shape, and this will allow for I guess single arm or unilateral type exercises, as you'll see here. A common way of setting up bands is as shown, with the PT simply holding the band and the client performing the exercise with the PT creating the resistance. The safety and starting position. The starting position. The client should anchor the band around a solid object at approximately chest height. The client's feet should be about shoulder width apart with soft knees, their core braced, and a neutral spine position. The client should pull the band to approximately shoulder width apart and allow for full extension of the arms. Technique cues in resistance band rows. The client should pull the band into the body, allowing for complete retraction of the scapula and keeping the elbows as close to the body as possible. The client should then return the band back to the starting position, with the arms fully extended in front of the body. This should be repeated for repetitions. The client should pull the band to the lower part of the chest or the upper part of the abdomen. It's important for the client to maintain a neutral spine position as they pull the band in. Let's take a look at the resistance band rows in normal speed. Let's have a look at some common technique errors associated with the resistance band row. And here we can see lurching of the shoulders forwards. So on the left hand side we can see the client is round at the thoracic spine and the shoulder is therefore lurching forward, and a lot of pressure is being placed on that shoulder joint and the scapula isn't moving through its full range of motion. This can injure the shoulder if completed over the long run. Encourage your client to set the shoulders into a back and down position before starting the exercise. Exercise variations for resistance band rows. And first of all, we have the bent over row. Here the client stands on the band, grabs the band on the outside, and pulls into the lower body in that hinge position, like a bent over row. Bent over row number 2 with a dowel stick. This can be done with a barbell as well. The PT will create 2 loops for the client to stand in with the dowel stick or the barbell situated within the band, and the client is then performing a bent over row in that hinge position with a little bit more resistance. With the resistance band for pulls, we also have assisted pull-ups. So here we see the PT is setting up the band so that it is on a chin-up or pull-up bar. The client will stand in the band, and this will allow the client to be assisted through the pull-up motion. As the client pulls up, the band will help spring them through the range of motion. And this is an easier way to do pull-ups. More of a resisted pull-up now, so this will make the pull-up harder. The PT will create a backpack basically, putting the band through a weight plate. The client will wear the band on either side, much like a backpack, as the name of the exercise would suggest, and they will get up and add an extra weight to the pull-up, making it a more difficult exercise to complete than a regular pull-up. Resistance band rows.